Good morning, everyone. No. They're angry because they can't use what they need to reach their potential. It's not just about the tools or the resources, it's about feeling like the doors are closed to you, like you're being held back, even when you've done everything right. You know what you're capable of, you know the work you've put in, but there's something standing between you and your goals. That's something. It's the frustration of seeing what's possible, but not being able to access it. That's what makes you angry. It's the feeling that the game is rigged, that no matter how much effort you put into the game, the rules are designed to keep you from winning. And that, my friend, is enough to make anyone angry. It's not just about what you can do, it's about being told you can't do it. But here's the thing, don't let that anger eat you up from the inside. Don't let it just sit there, swirling around, making you feel powerless. Use it. When they tell you no, when they tell you you can't, when they tell you the path is closed, that's when you stand tall and say, watch me. Because anger, frustration, and disappointment, they're not weaknesses. They're power. They're a fire. And fire can either burn you out or burn everything in its path. The difference is how you control it. Instead of letting that anger break you down, let it build you up. Use that frustration as the fuel to move forward, to fight harder, to break down the doors that are keeping you from your greatness. You've been given everything you need to succeed. You just have to believe it and use it. The tools, the power, the passion, they're all there. What's stopping you isn't the lack of ability. It's the barriers, the systems, and the people who want to keep you in your place. But that's not who you are. You're meant for more. And that anger and frustration are just reminders that you haven't reached it yet. So don't accept it. Don't let it control you. Use it to push harder, to move further, to find the strength to break through whatever is holding you back. That's how you unlock your potential. You don't wait for the door to open, you break it down and take what's yours. Anger and frustration often come from a place of feeling trapped, like no matter how much effort you put in, no matter how much blood, sweat, and tears you pour into your work, there's something holding you back. You've done everything you're supposed to do. You've followed the steps, the rules, you've done everything right, and yet you're still facing walls. That feeling of being blocked, of having your potential wasted, it eats at you. You know that you're capable of more, that the world hasn't seen the best of you yet. But for some reason, it feels like something is preventing you from reaching that level. And that's where the frustration kicks in. It's the feeling that you're not getting what you deserve, even though you've earned it. And that gap between what you've done and what you can achieve, that's what sparks the anger. It's a hard pill to swallow when you've put in your best effort and you feel like the world is ignoring it, telling you your best isn't good enough. But here's the truth, that anger, that frustration is born out of a hunger for something greater. It's a reflection of your potential not being realized, and that's something you should never ignore. Anger and frustration don't just appear for no reason. They're telling you something. They're telling you that you're not where you want to be, and you're not willing to stay there. The fact that you're angry means you care. It means you've got that fire inside you that refuses to settle for less than what you're capable of. It's a signal to you that you haven't given up, you're just getting started. And while those emotions may sting, they're also pushing you, driving you to break through whatever barriers are standing in your way. Instead of accepting being stuck, that anger and frustration can be the catalyst to find new solutions, to dig deeper, and to break through the limits that have been placed on you. It's the fuel that will take you further than you ever thought possible. Instead of allowing anger and frustration to take control, to make you feel defeated or small, and you've got to flip the script. Those emotions are powerful, and they don't have to drain you. If you let them, they can paralyze you, make you feel like you're stuck in a place where nothing will ever change. But that's not the only option. The truth is, anger and frustration, when channeled properly, can be some of the strongest forces driving you forward. They hold within them a kind of energy, a raw, untapped power that can propel you when nothing else will. When you're angry or frustrated, it's because you care deeply about something, you're invested, and that passion is a force. It means you're not okay with the status quo. It means you're not satisfied with being stuck. Rather than letting those emotions fester inside you, turn them into something that pushes you to act. Every bit of frustration you feel is a signal that something needs to change. Every ounce of anger is a reminder that you have a drive, a desire for something better. And when you recognize that, you realize you don't have to let those emotions make you feel powerless. Instead, you can use them as fuel, something to keep you moving forward, to keep pushing through the challenges, to keep fighting for what you deserve. When the world feels like it's holding you back, you can use that energy to break through barriers, to push past limitations, and to prove to yourself that you can't be stopped. Anger and frustration are the kinds of emotions that demand action, that won't let you rest, that won't let you stay stagnant. So take that energy and use it to fuel your next step. Channel that intensity into solutions, into determination, into doing whatever it takes to move forward. Use the frustration as the spark to ignite your motivation, to light a fire that pushes you beyond what you thought was possible. Instead of letting those emotions make you feel small or defeated, turn them into a relentless force, propelling you towards success, reminding you that you have the power to push through anything. The real power, the kind that brings true change, isn't found in running away from anger or frustration. It's found in the ability to harness those emotions, to use them as fuel to drive you forward when the world seems to be standing in your way. These emotions, while often seen as negative, hold a level of power that many overlook. When you allow yourself to feel them fully without fear or shame, you uncover a deeper strength inside you, strength that can push past every barrier in your path. The frustration you feel when things aren't going right, that's the moment to dig deeper. The anger that rises when you're being held back or told no, that's the fire you need to keep moving, to break through, to take what's yours. When you stop letting anger and frustration control you, when you stop allowing them to keep you stuck in a place of helplessness, you begin to unlock something greater. Those emotions no longer become obstacles themselves, but the very fuel you need to create your own path. They can be the spark that ignites a relentless drive to overcome whatever's standing in your way. Every barrier you encounter, whether it's external or internal, becomes an opportunity to prove to yourself just how strong you really are. Anger and frustration don't make you weak. They show you where you need to grow, and they provide the energy to push through those areas that seem impossible to overcome. When you use them, you tap into an endless well of determination, a resource that can't be exhausted by setbacks or failures. Each time you channel that anger, each time you take that frustration and turn it into action, you expand your limits. You start to realize that you can face anything head on. You are no longer confined by the walls that others may set for you or the limitations they try to impose. You break free. That power within you, the kind that's been waiting to emerge, isn't some hidden talent or skill you're waiting to find. It's already there. Anger and frustration are the doorways to unlocking it. So stop letting those emotions keep you down. Instead, use them to lift you higher. They're your reminders that you're capable of breaking through anything. And once you do, you'll discover the true potential that's been waiting to be realized all along. Frustration, anger, And obstacles aren't here to defeat you, they're here to make you stronger, to show you the depths of your own potential. They are not signs that you should stop. They are signs that you need to push harder, dig deeper, and break through what's holding you back. These emotions, when understood and harnessed, become powerful tools. They become the energy, the fire, the drive that pushes you forward, even when it seems like the world is trying to keep you down. You don't let anger control you, you control it. You don't let frustration stop you, you use it to fuel your determination. Remember, every obstacle you face is not a barrier. It's a challenge that is waiting to be overcome. Every moment of anger or frustration is a signal that you have the power to change things. The power isn't in avoiding these feelings, it's in using them to push past limitations and unlock the strength and potential you've always had inside you. So don't back down, don't settle for less. Use your frustration as your fuel. Let your anger be your spark. And keep pushing forward, because the best version of yourself is waiting on the other side of every struggle you face. Keep moving, keep fighting, and don't stop until you break through every barrier in your path. Thank you.